Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Sue, your East Oakland advocate. And now today, we get to the final episode of my 5-episode uh, blog of the candidates for the city of Oakland. And today, or this episode, we touch on District 1. And you say, where's District 1? That's the Rockridge area, College Avenue, Hiller Highlands, that area. And in fact, probably the most famous um, person that came out of Oakland, Bruce Lee, his a street was dedicated in his honor, and that was outside his old uh, Jeet Kune Do studio on Broadway, which now sits the Broadway Toyota. And his actual studio is a parking lot for Toyota right now. So that's the big claim to fame. And who's in charge of District 1? Dan Kalb. Dan Kalb has um, been your representative in District 1 for 12 years. And he wasn't the expected winner way back then. And what um, really uh, kicked Dan Kalb into the seat was that during his campaigning he got shot, kind of like Donald Trump. Uh, but that shot, so to speak, Dan Kalb into the #1 slot, and he's been there for a long time. And what has Dan actually done other than warm a seat and collect, a really substantial income? And this is one district where I really say that you folks got screwed in terms of your city council member, because you're paying him top dollar and he hasn't done squat. Uh, and the biggest controversy that has come out of District 1 was that you guys finally said no to the new Home Depot at the former Chase Bank and former Safeway, I mean, there was a lot of things in that slot. And Home Depot wanted to put a new store in there, and we don't need another Home Depot, because just 5 minutes down the road in Emeryville is Home Depot. We don't need one. And then we want to keep the family mom and pop hardware stores in the area. Pretty much they're all gone in from that, and so that's been the biggest controversy in District 1. And Dan Kalb has moved on to a different position in politics, and he's running for an assembly seat. So what we have are three new people vying for the position. And uh, out of the three, you have three lousy choices. And the choices that you're deciding on, which is the least lousy of the three, because nobody has any experience in politics. That's the bottom line. But they're, in my opinion, on the correct side of the issues which are in Oakland, namely adding more police officers and supporting the two active recalls here in Alameda County. One for Alameda County, which is Pamela Price, the DA, and the second recall, which is for City of Oakland Mayor Sheng Tao. And everybody seems to be in agreement on that, so that's the good part. First person that comes in on there is Edward Frank. He writes himself in as a business owner, but yet doesn't exactly state what kind of business he's in. And in his statement, he says he's not serious. He's a stay-at-home dad, so what does that kind of tell you? And he's just trying to learn the ropes of politics. So he is in there. He is probably your worst selection. And so, like I said, this is District 7 is used to having this kind of setup where you're just picking the least of the worst of your selections. So, and then the next one we have Zach Unger. He's a firefighter. So he works here in the city of Oakland. He's the Union Local 55 president for the firefighters. And so he has a little bit of politics under his belt there, but again, a political newbie. And District 1 doesn't have a whole lot of controversy. So, this is a good learning field for you. So, again, District 1, all you're going to do is just pick the least of the worst. And then we have Len Raphael. Actually, I do know Len, and he is a CPA. This is his second attempt at running for city council in District 1, and probably the strongest choice for District 1, in my opinion. He knows a lot about how to audit budgets, so he would be somebody that would be interesting to have on board, who knows something about budgeting and auditing and CPA work. So those are your choices, District 1. And I feel sorry for you, but District 7, we've been having these kind of choices, lousy choices, for decades. Thanks for joining me today. We'll be right back.